hands, 'cause I've got it. I'm a man now. I've got it. I'm a man now.
Hello. Hello.
Do you want to speak a little bit about this Conscious Creations workshop? Maybe you can tell me, what is Conscious Creations?
Sure. So Conscious Creations is a workshop that Mel, so this is Mel, my co-creator, and I, Chloe Elgar, we've conceptualized together. The idea is that it's a morning where you're spending a couple hours doing a variety of different activities around, bringing awareness into your consciousness and, talking about and learning about and getting inspired around self-love and all the work around self-love. So what are we going to be doing during Conscious Creations, Mel?
Oh well, Chloe. We're going to start the morning off bright and early at 7:30. We're going to do a yoga class, which is led by moi.
What type of yoga class is it?
Yeah, so it's going to be so light and fun and super approachable, more of a hatha style class for those of you who do know the yoga language. But if you don't, totally cool. It's not going to be crazy intense. There's no handstands or anything. I like to bring a lot of fun music.
Couple snaps.
Yeah, definitely going to be some snaps in there. And just laugh, have fun, and just experience yoga, which is going to be awesome.
Then we are going to do a meditation led by Jan Elgar, who you may have connected the dots, is my mom, an amazing artist and painter and musician. And she basically, whenever I do workshops and I'm in Vancouver, or if we're in the same city, I'm always so grateful to have her lead the meditations, because she just has a way of grounding, tuning into what's going on in the space and really setting the tone for the way that we want the workshop to go and the hours to kind of go together. So after the meditation, it'll be about a 15-20 minute meditation. We'll start our recipe and food component, which is going to be pretty fun.
So delicious.
And so this is where we'll kind of do an integration of me talking a little bit about my book, Living in Light, that's coming out soon, and some of the concepts that I talk about in the book, relating to eating intuitively, living consciously, and we'll be including two of literally our favorite recipes together, because we're also kind of roommates right now. We're not kind of roommates. We are roommates. Yeah, I just got a key today. Woo!
Oh.
So we're basically fully obsessed with this dish called Glory Bowl, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and these breakfast cheesecakes. Yeah.
That's all we need to say.
Yeah.
So good.
So why is this workshop different?
So the reason why this workshop is different is because, first of all, it's being led by, two connected souls. Mel and I are really good, very best friends, basically. She's a bridesmaid in my wedding. That should basically tell you the story. But we're not just doing a food workshop. We're not just doing a recipe workshop. We're not just doing a yoga class. It's basically, the whole idea is we're using these tools, meditation, yoga, food, recipes, cooking, to increase the awareness around the conversation that we both are really passionate about, which is, talking about self-love, bringing awareness to the stories that we tell ourselves, and understanding when it's important that it's important that you always have a choice. You can always, if you're bringing awareness to it, you can then choose whether or not you want to believe the story or move on. And also, I found, and I'm sure Mel would agree, and my mom Jan would agree as well, that it's really important to have a community of people, sisters, to help you when you're down, or to remind you when you're kind of following off into a land of stories that's not helping you. So the idea with Conscious Creations is to start to increase this conversation and to build a community around you of women that you may not meet if you weren't in this space, to then start to get you comfortable with being open, with being authentic, with being honest with how you're feeling, and not putting yourself in a space where you feel like you have to be alone or silent in your pain or your story or whatever that is.
We've all been there, big time, and support network is so huge in creating that community and awareness, because I find that people a lot of people stay silent about that stuff, even if they do have support networks. And so by us both expressing our truths on, be it social media or through Chloe's writing, just allows people to sort of open up and feel comfortable with expressing what makes them uncomfortable or maybe what they're experiencing right now. So we definitely want to bring and shed some light on that sort of aspect and just bring people together.
Yeah, and one last thing, the thing about it that's really cool is Mel's kind of a new yoga teacher, but something that's really interesting is I've been able to kind of observe her growth as a, first a yoga student and then a yoga teacher. And I find that there's a lot of alignment of what she does and what I do because she integrates a lot of these concepts into her classes, which is something for me that I was always drawn to in yoga classes, is when you're being, you're basically experiencing that yoga has actually got nothing to do with yoga, and it's more about understanding, being present in whatever it is that's coming up. So
who is the workshop for?
Wow, so many people. We actually sold quite a few tickets already, and we have a varying age group from like almost 60 years old to I think 22, 23, somewhere around there. It's anyone that feels like they're looking for support in food and eating, they're looking to, find a new morning practice, build a community of support, and, friends and friendship. If they want to meet Mel or I and do, have fun with us in the mornings, and just start this new conversation and practice. You can just come over to our house, we'll make breakfast together, best friends.
For sure.
So talking of friendship, how do you two know each other?
So Mel and I are both holistic nutritionists. So we both went to the Institute of Holistic Nutrition here in Vancouver. We knew of each other because we weren't in the same class, but we didn't really start to hang out or really bond until we both went to Sherry Strong's house to help her with food prep for an open house. And we basically, Mel was just hilarious. Her jokes were pretty
I think we made a lot of almond balls.
We made a lot of almond balls. But and I was going through a big transition in my life. We ended up going for tacos at our now favorite spot. That was our first date, And it just, our friendship very quickly evolved. Which I think the ultimate moment was when we did a road trip together from San Francisco to Vancouver and realized that going on a food adventure is our favorite thing to do together. I moved away to Dubai. We stayed in very good touch. We basically talked every single day. We just held each other through our lives, and we watched each other grow in each other's own ways, independently in our businesses, and we've supported each other. And I think that that's kind of a reflection of what we're trying to impart on other people, is this idea of, allowing and knowing each other as their independent parts and allowing them to be them. Supporting Mel in who she is, Mel supports me in who I am, catching each other when we're falling off into a story. And practicing this love and kindness.
And I was all about the jokey sort of surface relationships with my friends and stuff, and then meeting Chloe, I was people talk about this kind of stuff, and that just blossomed our friendship and sort of introduced me of a whole new level of what a deep, meaningful friendship can be, and how you can really just air out your shit whenever, and they're not gonna leave you or judge you or you're just gonna love you forever.
Yay. Truth.
True.
So back to the food. What on earth are breakfast cheesecakes?
All right.
Have you seen Chloe's Instagram?
Okay, so basically when I was writing my book, I kind of stumbled upon, I've always tried vegan raw cheesecakes, and I was always they're so good, and they seem really difficult to make. But I decided I wanted to include them in my recipes, and I basically went on a cheesecake, adventure in the kitchen, and I made a lot of cheesecake, and I just, first of all, I realized how easy they are to make. They're insanely delicious. So we were trying to think about, we didn't even really think about it. It was what are we gonna make? Cheesecakes. And the idea is that they're super healthy and balanced because you've got the good fats, you don't have any refined processed sugars. We're going to be introducing a lot of really fun herbs and additions that can help to balance your hormones and help you to get energy and, added nutrients and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
a breakfast cheesecake.
And what is a glory bowl?
Mel, you gotta take this.
Okay, so Glory Bowl for sure. Glory Bowl is like, honestly, it's just like everything you need in a bowl. It's so nourishing, it's so nutrient dense. The first time we ever had a Glory Bowl was on that epic road trip.
Yeah.
And we were in Portland, I think.
Prasad.
Yeah, at Prasad
So
Cafe,
good.
and just like Glory Bowls.
Yeah.
and we had been driving all day and ate it, and it was like the most amazing thing. And
I think we stumbled on this place, and then now it's literally still on the top for me.
oh yeah,
So
one of the
good.
best restaurants
Yeah.
ever. But yeah, I make it all the time. Anytime I'm
literally
bored.
3 times a week.
Yeah, you
not
can
more.
whip it up so quickly at home.
But we're basically going to show you how to prepare each component. You're going to assemble your own, and then you're going to be able to take it home because obviously the breakfast cheesecakes are for breakfast, and then the Glory Bowl will be like your lunch when you go home.
And you can share it.
Yeah. And just to go back with the cheesecake, you're also going to learn how to make the sauce that goes on top of the cheesecake. And the sauce for the Glory Bowl. So basically glory sauce.
So many sauces.
Glory.
Why does the workshop have to start so early?
So we've gotten this question a lot. Basically, we've been so generously offered the space from Juicery Co, who are some of our favorite, definitely our favorite juice spots in Vancouver, and it's just a wonderful business and family. But they obviously have to still run a business, so they've offered us to have the space until 10:30 when they need to open. And also, it's really great because yoga.
It's with sunrise. It's obviously all about like waking up with the sun and circadian rhythm and having that just sort of experience of waking up with the world, like waking up with the sun and the air and the birds
Waking
and
up with the air.
bees.
The air goes to sleep.
It does.
No, so we're just trying. We just would love. It's like about supporting and promoting healthy practicing, and we can guarantee that you will definitely feel amazing.
Yeah.
So as it's at the Juicery, will there be juices available?
Yeah. So each person that comes will be getting one incredible organic, raw, cold pressed, family farm green juice. So these, the Juicery, which is also really cool, is that they have their own family farm in BC, where they grow all of their own produce. So talk about local, seasonal, they're really big supporters of seasonal. So yeah, everyone will get a juice on the house. It's gonna be a green juice that's delicious, not too green, not too sweet. It'll be a perfect balance. Compliments of Juicery Co. So thank you, and we're super excited to give that to you guys.
And do I need to bring anything?
Yeah, I would recommend bringing a yoga mat. There is some there, so if you don't have one, don't worry about it. We'll be bringing extras. A water bottle is good to have with you. There'll be filtered water available there, so just to recycle and keep your own bottle with you. And maybe a smell. But you don't have to show up with the smell until 8:30,
You
like
come
halfway through
tired,
it. Yeah.
Not really totally awake. That's what the yoga and meditation's for. So.
Yeah.
And what is swag?
Swag bag. So we love to do this with workshops. It's just fun for us, it's fun for the community, and it's also fun obviously for the participants. So we are not going to let you know what it is, but basically we are gathering goodies to give you your own swag bag. Swag bag.
That's really hard to say.
I was like, swag
bag?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. So that you'll leave, not just with your glory bowl, a big smile, morning practice, feeling great, new friends, but you also have your own little swag bag with some awesome local products.
Yeah, and it's just our way of thanking you so much for investing your time and your money to come and spend the morning with us, and also to promote the community that Juicery Co is in. We love all the spaces there, and so yeah, we just really want to support them as well and support that neighborhood. And
So having bought the ticket, what do I actually get for the price of that ticket?
All right, so we'll do a little roundup. So you're getting your yoga class, your meditation, 2 full recipes, which include several components, eating both of them, one you're gonna be taking home. a juice on the house, which usually are costing at around $12 to $14, as well as a 20% off discounted rate for my book coming out, Living in Light. So you'll be getting a pass.
Who may pop in and out, take really cool photos. You may also be able to get your own photos. You know, of the event that you can post on your own social media. Just to show everyone that we'll have it 7:30 or more. As well as a cool video. We'll get some video hopefully as well. Yeah.
So is there anything else or any other information?
Anything else? I feel like we
Tell us
covered.
about?
We've got
Covered
it
it all,
pretty much.
yeah. We would just, we'd love to have you. If you feel that you're being called to come, then we're welcoming you with warm arms. I'm really excited to meet you and hopefully do more of these in the future, because this is definitely what lights us up. We are, you know, only excited to do this kind of work, so.
Totally. If you have any questions or any hesitations, or yeah, you just want to chat with us, feel free to reach out on any of the social media or through email.
You can
We'd
email
love to hear
me
from you.
at info@chloescountertop.com and we'll get back to you. We can call you together, group chat, group Skype, whatever, what have you. Just come on down.
Come on.
Conscious Creations.